welcome in to episode 15 of our Let's Play Humankind series featuring the top difficulty, the hardest one, Humankind difficulty, and so far it has proved a substantial challenge. We are not in the lead, but I'm not feeling bad about where we are. Catch up on all of that in this episode, and we have a war to potentially win today. Let's see if we can get there. If you need to catch up on any of the content, you can jump down to the link in the description below. It'll take you to the first episode of the series. You can catch up on everything that's happened leading up until now. But let's jump into the medieval era, the Norsemen, and the war that we currently have going on to take our continent. Here we are, of course, in our capital city of Anug. It's actually growing. We're growing a little bit here. We've reached a couple of kind of trouble points. Food became an issue. We're losing food currently. We're going to lose pop in 2 turns, but we've got animal barns that are coming in here on the next turn. That's going to give us 29 food. So that's going to salvage any population loss and keep us kind of going for the next little bit here as we are approaching pop cap in the city as well. We have just uploads of stuff in our queue still. So we're still trying to deal with the war. The war is taking its toll on our city's ability to build the districts that we want it to build and to get up and running in the way that we want it to get built. We're really not building much. Our production is also very low in all of our cities. So we need to try to get our production up. That may be the focal point of our move up into the next era. How do we get additional production? Because our production is kind of struggling. I feel like everything else we've kind of been able to normalize a little bit. Science is nice and high, which is good. But we're struggling with production. I think the production issues are what is causing our food issues at this point, and so that probably becomes our focal point here in the next era as we get going. A couple things to check as we jump in. I want to double check some of our treaties before we hit that next turn button. We now have 7. They have 7, but they have probability for an 8th, so I don't feel like doing anything with this right now. We're kind of at a standstill diplomatically with Icarus. This is good. I don't want war with Icarus, especially when we're currently at war with someone else, so I think we're just fine on this side of things. Now, Nox, on the other hand, is vassalized, so we can't actually make other deals with Nox, but I think we do want to do monumental contractors, just in case they want to build something for us. Let's go ahead and propose that.
I have a proposition for you.
Refused.
I think you'll like it.
Interesting. Okay. That's intriguing. We also have an alliance with Burley, and we have the capability of proposing another treaty. I think a science exchange is more valuable to us than a cultural exchange at this point, so I'm going to propose a science exchange with Burley, see if we can't pump that science number up even further.
We would all benefit from
I don't have that kind of money
closer,
right now, but I would
don't you
probably
think?
pay it. 5% science is a nice little boost for us, but they're being real stingy. Real stingy. Which is interesting. This is obviously our war. We've got plenty of war support going on. We got just demands all over the place. That war will hopefully end today.
I hope you don't mind if
and
I
then
say
Plosif is also vassalized, but we have the ability to propose a diplomatic cooperation right now, which I would like. Plosif has been attacking me a substantial amount.
This proposition should be
But that's
in all our
because
best interests.
I can't make any deals with Plosif. So we've got conundrums across the board as we are dealing with our war. The war, which is going on over here in Watatu. So we're currently burning down. We have a 2-turn burn here. We can't burn this one down, unfortunately, because it is sitting inside of the walls of the city. And so we will need to make an attack on Watatu in order to get that done. We've maxed out our 2 armies. I'm not convinced that's going to get the job done, but we will find out very shortly. If it does, the war will be over. If it doesn't, we will have to renew our attack in a completely better way. We'll test it out. After this burn that gets done, we will test out exactly how we want to kind of go about the war. We're gonna have to test to see what the attack on the city would look like. They've got some decent walls in there, and I'm not sure what kind of armies they have left is the bigger question. They had an army that just retreated down into here somewhere, but it was just a couple of little units, so we'll be kind of messing around and seeing if we can't, that would be easy wins for us. What are we at for stars on military? We only need 1 more kill for our military stars, so we don't really have to go like tracking down units per se, but we'll get that kill in Watatu as we attack the city. We also have our navy kind of floating around, kind of waiting to be a part of any sort of naval battle that might need to transpire. So in 2 turns, we'll be running our attack on Watatu. We'll get our units in position to be able to do that. And I think also we probably want to just claim the territory right away. We might not. I might leave it empty and just run the attack immediately, because our units aren't damaged, per se, so we don't really need healing. But all of that is going down, and at the very end of the last episode, remember, we had an event that took place in Urum, and they gained 5 population, which put them well over their pop cap, and absolutely screwed them as far as food is concerned. Normally, that event would be very welcome, but because it happened when they were not ready for it from a food perspective, we're putting in our animal barns, we're putting in our artificial reservoirs, we're going to get a ton of food, but unfortunately, we're losing population as we go. So we gained 5, so if we lose 1, I think it'll be fine. We built an envoy that actually turned out to be a bad move, because now we can't do our militarist ability. The militarist ability would have sucked back out, I believe, 5 population, because we pull out a full army, right? So would have yanked a full army worth of population out of the city. Well, would have yanked 6. It's going to yank 6 out for 5 units, so I think that's probably just fine. But we basically, I think, saved the city. We're going to lose a population on this next turn, then we'll move the envoy out of the city, and then we'll use our militarist ability to drop the population back down, and we'll have another full army of reservists that will be able to either go and support our Watatu cause, which would potentially be very good for us if we need them, or they will be able to defend our borders over here. We may even end up sending them to our New World city, because this city is fully undefended currently. We could use some population over there anyway, so we might end up just transporting some folks over there. That will be a good kind of population redistribution anyway. And that's something you can actually use that militarist ability for, right? Is redistributing population across your city. This city is way too full of people. We need to move them out to other places. Either use them for war or distribute them back into our other cities. So it's kind of nice to be able to do that in a click of a button. Very simple. We just use it, and it's simple as that. So we'll do that at the very beginning of the turn. Believe we've done everything we need to do. I want to keep an eye on things over here just to see kind of what's happening. Our boats are giving us some nice viewpoints as well as far as what's happening around the capital. I'm not seeing armies, but there's a lot of fog here still that we don't know about. And we do remember that their population was up at 17 at some point, and so there are units being trained at least to some degree out of Watatu. So I'm expecting at least one more army that we'll have to face in addition to the actual city itself as we attack it. So let's see what happens as we hit this end turn button.
Your people see it.
There's an army.
As a place of safety. And
okay,
a
just
symbol of
swordsmen
power.
and archers so far.
Only your friends
and the
know
population
of
just
the
dropped to
extensive
12, so they
Light
just trained out all those guys pretty much. So we could... I don't see any other army, which again, I think there's another army possibly, so we'll have to see. Our religion is actually doing quite well. Urim lost pop, and we knew that was going to happen. We're all gained pop, and we gained 3 different intelligences, so that's great. We're pushing intelligence across the board. We're going to just tell this guy to auto-explore. Just going to get him out of the city. He's going to go find whatever is closest. And then we are going to immediately do this. Our Iron Reserves. I don't use this ability almost ever because I very rarely play militarist cultures and I usually don't need to. But in this particular case, it's going to be very useful for us. It's going to consume 6 population, but raise a full army of reservists. They have 31 attack, which is actually not bad at all. And so we'll be able to use them to go do just about anything that we want, again, as far as population redistribution, or we'll probably just move them towards Watatu to make sure we have enough to take Watatu and do everything we need to do from a war perspective. So, let's use it. You can see we have instantaneously fixed all of our problems here, which is great. We're down to 19 of 22, and now we have a full army. It actually gave us an army of 6 as well. So our peasants with 31 attack, and we can choose to upgrade them to pikemen. I'm not sold that pikemen are the answer here. I think we just keep them as peasants. The pikemen have a 33 attack, so you're gaining, I guess you're gaining a couple of attack, and you get them to be anti-cav, so I guess if we run into horses, you could upgrade them, but we're just going to probably keep them what they are. I'm going to move them towards Watatu. We're going to just point them in this direction, just head down the road. Oh, that was just one of them. Cool, let's send the entire army, perhaps. That would probably be our better bet. We'll just keep the whole army together and get them off and running. I don't even think that I can have a 6 population army. Oh, I can. I just increased to that, so that's fine. Okay, we're also losing 31 gold per turn now because of that. That's going to be the problem with doing what we have just done. What we can do is solve that problem in Urim by grabbing maybe 3 of these and putting them over here. And probably even go to our other spots and see, push, just to get us back. It feels bad to do this because I don't like not We're back to positive. The idea of taking guys out of science is what's problematic, right? I don't like that idea. Growth in 3 turns. We have 24 population here. We're gonna keep working we're getting our final Aduba in, which I think is good. We want as many Adubas in as possible before we destroy Sarge, 100 games, 100 days, because that gets us additional leverage, which will get us additional stars, right? So we'll keep pushing for that. We also need to think about getting our Nousts in at some point. We're probably just going to be one-turning those. And then, of course, we need to be paying attention to any of our big industry gainers. Like 28 industry, 22 industry. We have some serious industries that can be gained. We also don't have our aqueducts in, which would actually help us substantially, so we'll probably have to think about some of those. We have a 27 science build, so there are so many things that we need to build in our cities right now, which is why I think we need to focus production here over the next little bit. We have 1 turn left on this burn. This army is going to start to creep its way up here. We want to run the attack from probably where do we want to draw the lines. That's not bad right there. I like drawing the lines in this direction because it actually gets us access to more high ground across the top over there. So I don't want to do this yet, but I want to position my units probably right here. Go ahead and sit them right there. This army does not have the capability to attack that. I think I want to grab this if I can, and then we'll swing our boats back down. We might as well grab curiosities while we're there. Push our stuff in a good direction. We'll bring... Oh my gosh. Oh, I forgot. We're playing as the Norsemen. Our boats can go immensely far. Our boats are basically... We just can go everywhere now. Beauty. Okay, look how far our boats can travel. It's such a beautiful thing. The little advantages of the Norsemen, but the boats going really far is definitely a substantial thing. This guy's over here. I think he's on auto. He's not on auto explorer. Let's get this guy on auto explorer. Here are these guys. These guys are kind of hanging out, just seeing if, you know, if any land opens up potentially, it would be nice. This piece of land would actually be like the piece that would be best to have now at this point. So if we grab this, then we can connect in that, but I just don't see this ever happening. But on the off chance that it does, I think we should actually move these guys over here probably. Let's get them on this side just in case like a free people spawns in or something happens where this gets dropped. That might be nice. We can also grab this curiosity if we wanted to. All right, Corral is ready to build something. Nice. That's good news that we have the ability to start constructing something. We have plenty of food here. We could get a lot more food, and we could get some additional production, but not a ton. And we could get a city watch in because we just put a garrison in to help with stability. But you know what would help with stability even more is probably a holy site. Oh, we also need to place Angkor Wat. Let's place Angkor Wat because we have monumental contractors with several cultures, right? And so if they choose to build it for us, that'd be great, right? So let's go ahead and let's do that. We probably want this in our capital or our other city because it gives plus on religious district gives +2 industry and +2 science. And we're gonna have we have the most religious districts in Anug and in Urum. We have an 85 there. We have an 80 here in the capital. So I think we're gonna put Angkor Wat in the capital. It also is gonna give us a ton of food, which both cities could potentially use, but I think Anug could use it even more right now. So looks like, okay, can be placed once in the world, does not require being connected, and it is a full exploit. So you could just place it in the middle of nowhere and gain as much exploitation as possible. So let's grab Angkor Wat and then let's find a really nice spot to put it down. That's a nice little place because it's a full exploit. Oh my goodness, right in the mountain nook. That's lovely. 36 food, 15 industry, 2 science, 40 stability, and 20 faith. Technically, you'd probably put, right, like a hamlet there or something, but we can build off of this as well. Or maybe we can't. We might have put the hamlet like in here somewhere, but we could then build off of it. And what are the other benefits of this really quickly? Do we want districts around it? We don't. Doesn't need districts around it. It can literally just sit there. So this is a grand spot for this. So we'll go ahead and put it there. That's lovely. We're not gonna... I don't want to build it, though. Not in this city, anyway. So let's do that. It'll be in the queue, but we're not going to actually build it. So we put Angkor Wat down. I don't think we're going to put turns into Angkor Wat, though. We could also put a Cloud Shrine in, and that would only give us... That would only take 2 turns, and that might actually be really nice as well. Corral might actually be a nice place for that. Or... Ooh, you know what? A holy site over here. A holy site over here might be really nice. I wonder. Let's select Corral, and let's build this in with Corral. We're going to build it in over here. I think that's the play. We want our holy site, preferably probably over here in this territory. Again, if religious spread still works the way it does as pre the last update with all the trade changes, the territories that are producing your trade goods are the ones that usually were spreading your religion the most. But I don't know if that's true anymore. It's been really difficult to figure that out. This land is also like questionable at best, so we could probably just stick it on like this little spot right here. It's also near border, right? Of course, we could put it up actually on the border. But this is all river, so we don't really want to burn any of that from a tile perspective. So I'm just going to stick it right here. I think this is the spot. We'll just do that. Put it in right there and call that good. I think we actually build it as well. And then all of our cities are currently working on things that will be highly beneficial to them. We've got the last Aduba is going in here. And we got our animal barns going in here, which will again push this city up. We don't actually need the animal barns there probably anymore. We could probably switch artificial reservoirs out of this city now. Let's go ahead and put those towards the back. We'll keep working the Adubas and different things after that. It might be nice to actually get Angkor Wat in, but actually, could we claim yet another wonder? That would be kind of wild. Notre Dame and Tota G are still available. Notre Dame comboed with Angkor Wat could be incredibly potent. I'm very tempted now. I'm very tempted to actually build Angkor Wat. What happens if we throw this in? It's still a 32 turn build because we only have 1 city working it. I wonder if we take a crack at it. But 15 turns is a ton of turns though. That's because we only have 2 cities on it right now. Okay, let's do it. I'm gonna flip this actually. Let's get Angkor Wat in first. Corral is our major production center, so... Okay, this is 1 turn to burn. These guys are prepped for war. Those guys went and collected a bunch of stuff, and we are ready to rock and roll. What, Nox, what happened here?
Sight for sore eyes.
You're afraid of us? Sorry about that. Okay. Let's end turn, and we'll see where we stand. There goes
You have unlocked
more armies,
seafaring.
and now they're walking out.
To
Do they
safely
come?
travel the dangerous, hungry
Are they going to
oceans.
attack us?
You can cause trouble
Where are they
any way you
going?
want now, and have a better chance at getting away with it.
Okay, so they have an army of war elephants, swordsmen, a runner, and an archer. They just abandoned their city, so we could run this attack right away. Their units are going to come in from a really weird spot. So I think we want to just destroy this army now. So we just bring these guys back. Just run this attack, probably. We should have mostly high ground. Or actually, maybe we bring these guys in like this.
Don't fall behind.
And then we bring these guys down to form the attack line. That way we get full high ground advantage. Yeah, we do this right here. Alright, here we go. Big fight. This is pretty much going to be... Oh, he just left. Yeah, he left. Fascinating. We succeeded in our ransack. Plosif has ransacked another harbor for us. We need to fix that problem as well. We need to get a navy out here to deal with the conundrums that we have going on in that direction. Or just make attachments as well. Okay, well... They ran away, and I can't attack them anymore. I feel like I'm just gonna go attack their city. Force them to come to us, I guess? I mean, I don't love that idea, but... Alright, these guys are gonna move down. I guess we have to just see what's gonna happen at this point, right? Their city has been fully abandoned, but he's probably gonna continue to train units out of it. I would have liked to have taken this fight, but he didn't want the fight. He actually took off and ran away. So... We've got our boats in position and, ready to go. Let's combine them together. The boats are prepared to do what is necessary. I'm gonna bring them around and get a good view of the city. You just park in their bay. And then I think on the next turn, depending on where this guy goes, we just go run the attack on the city, if possible. Right, this also is freeing up time for this army to get across, right? We can get to the city in 4 turns, which is not optimal. But I guess we just send them in that direction. Alright. And we gotta pick our next tech. We're cruising at 768 tech. I feel like that's pretty dang good. I feel like we wanna get our city cap up at this point, probably. That's probably a really good idea for us. Apothecary would also help us. So let's go theology for now. It's just a quick 2-turn research. It'll up our city cap for when we do take Watatu. We'll be all prepared and ready to hold another city, which I think is what we want. And let's check.
You warrant my time, let alone trust.
These really
sight
quick.
for Sora.
Greetings.
What do you want?
Oh, not with you.
How
Sorry.
do you do?
Okay, so we're good on those, and I think we're good on pretty much everything at that point. We should be building Angkor Wat now at a pretty rapid clip. We have extra influence, so maybe we claim yet another wonder. I mean, that would be kind of wild, to be honest, to get another wonder. Right, where are these guys going? They can't retreat. I'm worried about them, like, sneaking in at the end. We have high ground. Do we just split? We just attack with these guys? These guys got the Aga Ushtas. I think we run this. We run this, and then we debate whether we bring in the other guys. Oh, the other guys are going to be in the fight regardless. So I think we just have to take the fight, and then we'll go up and get his city. All right, so we manual battle this. Our units are going to get all of our units are going to get pulled in, so that's fine. Curiosity collected. We got a cog. All right, so here's all our dudes. We have a cliff wall defending us that they actually cannot climb out of based on the battle lines. So this cliff protects us along this entire line, and he can only attack through this. Oh my goodness, that's wild. So we're just gonna use our archers. He can potentially hide in here. We're just gonna use our archers to like archer him down, basically. Love the idea of having a unit down here to start with, but it's an Aga Ush. Maybe we put our most powerful Aga Ush down there. Let's get our most powerful warrior unit. Actually, I think we get our other Aga Ush here. Support them with these guys. Get the rest of our archers close as we can. Be able to shoot. Alright, let's see. Let's see what that does for us. Probably want to take the war elephant first. I'd love to take their archer needs to go at some point, right? But I think we just try to take this war elephant first. Can't get any. Oh, we could come. Wait. Oh, because that's in a city. Oh. Crap, does that mean my archers can get attacked right here? Did we make an error? May have. Oh, those are runners, though. I mean, they're not even going to be able to take out my archers. Now, other units would. Oh, come on. That hurt my unit considerably, but... Oh, did we not take damage on that? How did that unit not take damage? Wild. Okay. Now we can bring these guys in. These guys have high ground, so we might as well just attack down. Well, maybe we'll fortify and just take advantage of our high ground with the rest of our units, right? Can bring more units down, which could be useful potentially. Okay, and then I think we just end round. There's his archers. His archers can't really do almost anything. Okay, he did run his warriors up to try to kill my archers, which does suck. And I don't like that that cliff doesn't function because of the city. There's no wall, right? So that's the problem, but... Okay. So, I think we just, try to take these swordsmen out. think we'll be able to just get him. Oh, this guy can't attack that guy? Right, we'll get rid of the swordsman. The runners I'm not concerned with, right? There are archers sitting right here, but I don't think any of our units are susceptible to that. And we can really just run in. Look at that. Nice. And can we get a unit to get these guys? Yeah, perfect. Great, and that will end that fight. We have lost no units. We have slight damage. That's fine. There's our militarist star. And we do want to bring these guys back in, maybe to heal. Although we have plenty to take Watatu. Again, he's probably going to try to push another army out, but there's another military victory there that will work smoothly for us. These are just envoys, right? As long as he can't claim that territory. Last thing I need is Burley to come in and, like, claim a territory. I guess we should just put our claim in. Could just put our claim in with this guy and then just move it. Just put the claim. We'll just put the claim down and then we'll scoot it when we need to. That way these guys are healing right away anyway. So that works. That works for me. Okay, cool. That worked well. I don't even... This guy is apparently just... Oh, I see. This boat is actually auto-exploring into all of these. That's cool. Alright, so now we have a cog. I didn't realize we had a boat just floating around. There's another cog? Alright, so here comes our... We can bring these guys down, and we have our own little navy now. Oh my gosh. This is all of these are going to be cogs? If they're all cogs, we're going to have a full navy. Sweet goodness.
All hands to stations.
Ah! Oh my gosh. Oh, wow. We just got so lucky. That's just wildly good. Okay, so we just grouped this navy together. Maybe we let this guy just keep... This is an envoy that kicked off all that. That was an envoy that started a... We now have 4 free cogs out of that. Right? Oh my goodness. That's wonderful. All right, so now we just start comboing everyone together. Bring everyone into this particular navy, and now we have our own little cog navy that we can go and make run havoc with. We need to bring them down here because right here is where we have problems. So we need to take care of any naval problems in our own waters. I think that'll be the plan with those guys, but that's great. These guys are just hanging out. They can't really contribute to the fight, I don't think, but I don't think there's anything for them to do. Just have them hang. And we should be ready to end turn and then run this attack here on the next turn. These guys should be able to get all the way up, I believe. And we'll just run our attack. This army actually is going to almost be there as well. So we're basically cruising at this point. We also have only 4 turns left on Angkor Wat. We got all of our cities now working it. So we're going to get the bonuses of that really quickly. Again, our queues are a disaster because of that, but it's okay. We'll figure it out as we go. Let's end turn and keep things going. All right. Tons of grievances just got triggered. That's slightly problematic. I don't know what all these are. Reparations across the board. I don't know what those are all from. Let's check at least one of them.
I hope this is a friendly discussion.
Attacked by envoy. Let's go ahead and renounce that since it has only one turn left.
Bigger
on it.
picture.
Oh, they're pressing the faithful. So my religion is spreading at a very rapid pace at this point. Let's swing back over here to Watatu. They have a single war elephant outside of their city that we can't actually run this attack on, so we'll do that. He's gonna fight it. Fascinating. Let's just get this fight done with. He's probably gonna come up into the city, so we're gonna have to run our guys in there. We might lose one of these guys, but that's what these guys are for, right? I want to kill the unit, so I don't actually want the flag. I'm gonna, like, bind this guy. What, is he hiding somewhere?
Yes, sir. We can't do that now. Stay together.
There he is.
Get moving.
Like we're setting up these guys for some sort of disastrous end, but...
Stay together.
That attack doesn't go well, so we'll let him attack. He's gonna go up and then come down. Smart. But that now we can kind of surround him. Oh, I can't get in there? Oh, fast.
Got it.
War elephant is gonna do a number on my troops.
No.
Keep up the pace.
Oh, we can't go down there?
That
Who
can't be
can
done.
jump in?
Let's go!
We may lose this guy potentially.
Stay together.
But love that I can't like jump in here. I guess the cliff is preventing that, right? So we're gonna lose him. She comes down and runs the attack from a different spot. Passive.
No. That's not possible.
Just run this. There goes the war elephant. Battle won. So that gets rid of yet another war elephant. And now this army can... So we want to jump this guy up as far as we can, as close to the battle lines as we can get him. And then we run our city attack. And we liked this. We liked these lines, right? Now those guys can't get in on the fight, but we'll be able to get them in on the next round. Whereas if we attack from here, they would technically be in on the fight, and we still get the same. We still get the same battle lines. I like these battle lines better, actually. Let's run this. Let's run this one.
Come on!
All right, Huatu. It's been a long time coming, and we're just gonna run the assault right away. So we're just fighting. Oh, he didn't even get the tech upgrade to peasants. So we're just fighting some citizens. We even have to run the assault? Can we instant resolve this and lose no armies? Oh, we're gonna lose a peasant if we I don't want to lose anybody if we can, so we'll manual fight it. We'll manual fight it. Let's bring everyone up. We got our boats in. We'll bring these guys in afterwards. These guys are all hanging out up here, which is fine. These guys don't need to be here, right? We can pull them back. We want these guys to be able to get into the city, and from here they can't really get into the city. Or can they? They can come down this way, I guess, right? We'll leave them up there for now. Alright, let's end deployment. We'll go with this line. I don't know if these boats could actually do anything, but we'll add them to the fight. They don't actually have the capability of attacking, right? So they're just gonna like hang out, basically. These guys can all come in. If we have a highly damaged guy, we're just gonna send him to the back, though. Like our damaged dudes can just take off. But if they're full health, then we'll move them in. That guy is very damaged. Get him out of here. This guy's damaged. We'll leave him there. This guy's full health, so we'll move him in. And this guy's okay. We'll let him support here. So then, we've got all of our units in the fight, and now we can use our archers basically however we want to. Guess we fight this guy first. That's who we can hit. Archers fall attacked. Do we want that? Do we want to let them attack out of the walls, maybe? Oh, we can move. Yeah, we might as well just attack these guys. Get rid of that unit. And I guess we go across the walls. Yeah, we can cross the walls and attack here, so
Here we go.
let's just do it. Can we get inside the walls? Can't attack actually through the walls. Oh, we can attack these guys. It's gonna cost us a lot to do that. Agoosh as well. So I think we just let them. We'll just let them do what they're gonna do. Get this guy in. Let's move this guy around. Okay. End round and see what he does. That's a lovely fight to take. Nice, thank you for that. Ouch. I mean, they have nothing. They can't really do anything, right? Bring our archers around our special units. These elephants can haul too. Look how much they can move. Okay, these guys may not be right here. Right here we can get shot off. And right here we can get a shot. Cool. So that should be battle. That should be game. Is that game for Sarge? We have conquered our continent. That gets us 157 fame, which is huge for us. We have victory in the war. And the question is that it for Sarge? Sarge has nothing left to my knowledge, but he must have units somewhere. Or at the next turn, we'll find out if we have successfully ended Sarge. And that will be huge for us. Our continent will be ours. We'll have our last city, probably, and then we'll be cruising, essentially, after that, right? Check our idle army. It is... These guys are taking damage, so we want to get them... back onto land, or onto ocean, where we can bring them back to our continent, though, I think, right? We don't want them to take too much damage. Let's get them through here. I don't think I have open borders with Icarus, and so that might prove problematic as we come down this way. Okay, I don't... Let's sit right here for now, because I want to start the next turn. We'll grab both those in the next round. And we go to our tech. We're at 817 science now. Big science numbers for us. I think we want access to the apothecary as kind of our next thing. So let's do that. Let's go to alchemy as our next tech. We're obviously approaching. We only have 4 techs left to research, but quite a few turns left to get that. But I think that's it. That gets us what we want. I believe, unless Sarge has units floating around, that Sarge will be eliminated and the continent will be ours. And there's a lot of market quarters in here. That's going to solve our gold problems very quickly, which is nice. So let's do it. Let's end turn and we'll see what happens. This is exciting. There's an agrarian star. The war has ended. It's reached a point where surrender may be forced on them. And I think that's basically just it, right? It appears that he's still in the game. We have a mutinous city. War support is 0. Agreements have been canceled. I think people are starting to worry about the strength. 3 curiosities collected, getting us even more good stuff. We sold some resources, and Icarus now feels tyrannical about us. So that is problematic.
You're not welcome here.
That is problematic.
Not ever.
So we're gonna renounce this.
It's not worth worrying about.
We have 4 of those left. He's got 7 demands levied against us. I'm not terribly afraid of that anymore. Okay, what's going on here? Why is Sarge...
Come to demonstrate
still in the game.
Customary lack of tact, have you?
He's still in the game. And we could... I think maybe if we force the surrender... Maybe have to force the surrender in order to get... Because then we take all of his land. What's our war score? We have 260. There's no way... Yeah, there's no way we're not going to have enough to get what we want, right? I think we should be fine. Alright, these guys are hanging out here. I really want this piece of land. Now, Icarus is... We could go try to burn this down. That would be a very bold play, because if Icarus declares war on us, we've got another war on our hands, but we could burn this down. We could attempt to burn it down. That usually goes really poorly for me. I'm gonna sit on it for a second. I don't feel like doing that, like, immediately. I feel like a bad idea. Alright, where are these guys gonna go now? These guys can head back, I think, in this direction. Let's get them back to, like, our city, maybe, or something. I'm not sure. That's probably where they're gonna head. And then we could start to transport at least one of our armies can transport over here to get a defensive kind of zone going in our city over there on the New World, I think, right? What are these guys? I guess these guys are the ones that should head in that direction since they're closest. I think we split the armies. One of these stays at home. One of these armies stays at home. Although we have to kind of... We probably don't want to do much of this yet. These guys can just hang for a second. And then these guys... How do I put these guys on just like auto explore at this point? Let's control them for a little bit. I want to see what happens with Sarge. I also want to see what happens with Icarus, because we've got potential for problems, right? If a war gets declared. There are envoys just collecting things like crazy. Oh, goodness. Is that an envoy as well? We got just envoys out and about doing things. Our Navy can't even keep up with our envoys. That's actually, you know what's actually a big deal? The fact that we're playing the Norsemen and our envoys just like jump in the water and go find everything. They can cross the water at a ridiculous pace. Didn't even think about that as a huge bonus, but we've got all of our envoys are out. When they're on land, they're not quite as fast, but when they have to jump in the water to cross continents or to find curiosities in the water, they're cruising, right? Because they can just fly because we've got that extra movement speed, which is pretty cool. Okay, so I think we just force surrender here. I hope we just force surrender. I don't see Sarge having anything anywhere else. So I think we just force surrender. As long as we can take both of these spaces, then we're good. So let's force surrender. He must have he's got a unit somewhere. Otherwise, he would just be done, right? So we'll force surrender. We should be able to get everything. If we can't, then I think that's highly problematic. Perfect. We can get everything. Watatu occupation, we get both of those. We basically get everything. We force the surrender. The rest we get in reparations. Right, we have 86 left in reparations, plus all this gold we're gonna get. Oh man, this is gonna get us, this is gonna net us everything, right? We don't need him to be a vassal. We could vassalize him as well, but there's no need because he's not really gonna exist anymore, so let's just force a surrender.
I can tell you that our gratitude is boundless.
He's still in the game. I don't know where he is. I'm missing something of his somewhere. Agreement proposals have been made. Let's check those out. Who really wants a diplomatic cooperation? I just proposed that and you refused it.
You
All right.
are
All
as
right.
just as you are wise.
Let's go
Let's
science
make it
exchange
so.
again. Perhaps he wants the science
This calls
exchange
for
now.
I have a
Still a
proposition
refusal.
for you. I think you'll like it.
Okay. We now have a bunch of money that we could increase our trade with as well, which is something we want to possibly think about. Watatu is ours. Let's flip them over to expert policy. Get them rock and rolling on that. We got some serious growth going on there. And then let's just put, there we go, 1 turn into Angkor Wat, bunch of industry put towards that. And then all of our cities will be free to do what they may want to do. And we'll be able to attach as well. In fact, we should probably attach sooner rather than later. Watatu is like, stability is a problem here. So we may want to pay attention to that before we run an attachment. Let's let them recover a little bit before we attach. Oh, we also want to move this probably, right? Where are we scooting this off to? I don't want it down there, but I could see us doing it like on river here. +6 food straight up if we do that. We could get +1, +5 if we put it over here on the river. I think we just move it right here. That works well. Let's do that. Plop that down there. We also want to get all of our... I guess we just put our Naust in. There's no reason not to put our Naust in now at this point. We're not going to replace that. That would be very foolish. It's 25 food if we stick it there. Holy smokes. 27 if we go out here. 29 if we just put it right next to it. And then we have just an epically good market quarter. I'm down for that. Let's go 29.
With 5 farmers' quarters,
Boom,
this one
done.
city must have more farmers than most empires.
Electra, are we in the right place here? I think, yeah, we already moved this one, right? So let's get this in here as well. No, there's already we don't want to replace it. 23-3. Yeah, so we just put it right there.
5 market quarters isn't a sign of greed. It's a sign of wise investing policies.
Right. Right. Should we put the rest of them in now? That is the question. We put this one back, or is it just going to get deleted? I'm concerned that it just gets deleted unless we just attach right away. So I think we just hold. We'll hold on that. Right? This guy can put... This one could go in. I think that we're safe to put this one in. The 51 food. There's already a harbor there. Is that already a harbor? What is this? No, it's just a trade port. Okay, yeah, so perfect. That's lovely. 51 food out of a Naust. I'll take it. I'll take it. That's lovely. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, what's going on here? I don't know how they're still in the game, but we're not going to do anything. We're not going to do anything with that. Let's check. Icarus being tyrannical is problematic, right? We can't do anything about it currently.
Wonderful to see you.
Nox is... We could do like monumental contractors again. We just propose this.
This proposition should be in
Not so
all
much.
our best.
Generates grievances or whatever, so it's fine. And then we should probably think about running a few extra trades.
You want me to listen? I got better things.
Diplo cooperation.
We would all
We could
benefit
both
from
benefit.
growing closer.
We
Don't
would
you
both
think?
benefit from this. Okay.
Forget.
All right, let's open trade really quick. We have one blockage because of crises. That's fine. And so we really want to scroll down to... We could get assault from Nox. It's not a bad idea. Now, we only have 80 excess funds currently. So how much is... This would be 62. It would get us food and stability. Ambergris would get us just a gobload of science if we want to push science, like, really hard. But we still have stars we want to get in this era, so I'm not sure we want to push that, like, really hard. I do want to buy any extra horses. Just buy that. We have access to all the horses we can get. And then any additional resources. Again, I don't feel like pushing... I feel like we have to push science. I want to buy this salt. I think that's going to be our purchase. That's going to get us 5 stability and some extra food. So let's do that. We're at 54. We have 54 still. And we could push... We could push for this ambergris. It'd be better to push for something that Burley has, because I believe it's cheaper. We do a percent upgrade with Mercury. Oh, silver would be huge as well. What's the cost on these? 160, though. I wonder if the pearls would pay for themselves. If I bought the pearls, they might pay for themselves if I just buy them. Plus 2 money from traders, because we're running a bunch of trade routes. I'm going to buy this and see if it actually increases our gold. 54 is what we're at now. Should increase by 100. Actually went up when we bought that. So always pay attention to the gold ones, because the gold ones can almost always be like a free buy. Your cost, you're going to gain some gold, at least a little bit, but you're also going to get that lovely, very important stability out of that as well. So let's see what our cities are headed towards. 100% in Corral. 100% in a Nug. That's beautiful. We're heading... Oh, good. We've fixed so many of our problems. Okay, so all of those cities are looking quite nice. We'll be able to run our attachments there as well. And 100% here as well. Great. Great. We should almost redirect our... We had placed that holy site already. Could have put it in Watatu potentially. Help them out a little bit. They'll get fixed up. It's fine. All right, I think we just end turn. We're just rocking and rolling here. Gotta get a couple more turns in this era. Gotta check on stars. There it is. There it is. Poor Sarge. Poor Sarge has been
Site of
eliminated.
Angkor Wat
There's
is worthy
Angkor Wat.
of reverence, not merely for the temples, but for the care it took with water and
Sorry,
irrigation.
Sarge. I'm sorry. It had to be done. Had to be done.
Good
There's our
going.
continent.
You're climbing your way up
did.
the ladder of renown, growing the glory of your empire.
Thank you, Mr. Narrator. I appreciate that. It's nice of him to say something nice to me, you know? It's Notre Dame. Oh my gosh. Well, +1 industry per state religion follower, or +1 faith per research tech. Oh gosh, this is tough. +1 industry per state religion follower is actually like pretty darn massive, because our religion is doing splendidly well at this point. How many followers do we have? We have 57 followers in our empire. So we'd be getting a lot of production. Is that just in one city, though? That's the question, right? Total G. +1 industry per state religion follower. My assumption that would be in that city, but maybe that's wrong. Really tempting to get this one. It's also really tempting to take Notre Dame and put it in the same city as Angkor Wat and pull the Angkor Wat, Notre Dame, Machu Picchu strat, which is just... It's such a broken strat. I've done it before is the problem, right? Like, I've already shown that strat is completely ridiculous, but the fact that we have the opportunity to do it... Oh, because we could push our faith so high and then distribute out from that particular place. I mean, it's just a wildly successful strat. I feel like we should do something different, though. You know? Like, we've done that before. Let's take the Tota G and try to get some industry. I said we wanted to focus industry. Let's get industry. We can always put the Tota G in the same city as Angkor Wat and pull like a Tota G Angkor Wat into Machu Picchu kind of strat. We'll leave Notre Dame for somebody else. We'll claim this. It's gonna cost us a ton, but we're gonna claim it anyway. All right. We're gonna do it different. I'm trying to play different. I've played a ton of Humankind. The more we can do things differently, the better, right? All right, these guys are gonna put in this cloud shrine. That's fine. Let's check all of our cities. Food is totally fine here, so they can build the cloud shrine. I don't think that's a problem. Also, 12 turn, and just this city could 12 turn the Tota G. Where did we put? Where is Angkor Wat? Trying to recall. Oh, it's right here, right? Oh, it's so beautiful. Where's our best Tota G spot? 26, 14, 4. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we're looking for forest, rocky forest. It's also a full exploit. Oh my gosh, it's such a good wonder. Such a good wonder. Look at that. 40 faith. 26 food, 4. It's just, I mean, we're not even taking advantage of the exploits there necessarily, right? 26, 14, 40, 40 basically, right? Okay, so the faith generation is definitely based off of the city itself. In which case, we definitely want it in the capital, right? We want to put it in the capital. Yeah, I think we want to put it in the capital. So we don't want that. Don't do that. Oh, 45. 45 here next to the rocky fields. Ooh. That's not bad at all. 29, 43. 43 production if we put it right here. That's gorgeous. But I do think I want to combo it with Angkor Wat. So I think I am going to put it down here. 40 faith if we stick it in here. The faith is based off of like the rocky field bonuses, right? Actually really nice right in here. I might just put it there. Let's just debate it for a little while. I think this is the spot. I think we just put it down here. It doesn't optimize it necessarily. But 40 faith instantaneously is huge. Plus the food. All right, let's just put it down right there. Are we going to work it? I don't know if we're going to work it or not. We need to do other things. Let's get the cloud shrine done at least to get the faith spread on that side of the continent. And then we really need to get our nous in. Let's check our stars, because that's actually our next biggest thing is when are we moving up, right? Military stars are done. Science stars are going to be done really quickly. We have we need to go look at turns on that. We don't care about merchant stars. We're really not going to push for those. Agrarian stars, we're pretty far away from our third one, but I think with all of our cities up and running now, I think we can kind of get that. I think we'll definitely at least get the level 2 diplomat star here. And we have no builder stars currently. Wow, we could push hard here and definitely make up some real ground. We're gonna get some estate stars as well. Okay, so I think we want to slow science. I want to slow the roll on science. We want to sit in this era for just a moment. So let's go to all of our cities really quickly. Let's make sure, let's switch it over to gold. Let's switch to gold in every, I'm just gonna do this. This place is, oh man, we're gonna need, okay, well, we're getting research quarters in, so we're gonna get more science as we build those. Okay, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be okay, but let's do this flip everywhere. Make sure we stay focused on gold as much as we can. Watatu already got that flipped. And we got this, we'll do the same thing here. We'll slow down our science production. We'll increase our gold production as much as possible in each of our cities. Okay. This army now that we know we don't have any pressure here. Burley is an ally of ours, so we really don't need to defend that. This is kind of the area that becomes problematic. We're already sending an army back to Urum. We're sending an army across the way here. We do have Icarus sitting here. This, I think, becomes our home guard army. I don't know where to put them. Maybe we have them in Watatu for now. Or maybe, well, Anug already has some military units in it, so let's keep them over here. I'm just going to have them hunker down in the city for a little while. I don't think we're going to use them for much. So I'm just gonna actually station them, like full station them. And these guys, probably we should spend the gold to upgrade them. Yeah, let's upgrade them so that we can have them cruising around. And we'll send them to go get this. These guys are headed across, so we're already... We want to get... as long as they don't attach this, we can walk straight across, right? We just walk these guys over. So that'll be the plan. And then these guys are coming back to try to take care of all the shenanigans that are going on in this direction. Let's keep them... We'll move them slowly-ish. Just in case there's things to grab. There's so many units down here, the likelihood of that is very low, but... Okay, and then these guys are just, like, debating whether we're going to burn this down. That's the current debate, right? Okay. Probably want to get the Cloud Shrine in at this point in this city. They have... Well, food is becoming slightly problematic. Let's get our next best food thing down. Which might actually... You know what? We're approaching pop cap, so the next best food thing is probably going to be our hamlets. We need to start getting hamlets down. That is a 7 food, 41 production. I don't think I passed that up. Let's get a hamlet down. We need to start doing that in all of our cities anyway. Gotta stop building wonders at this point. That's become a new, completely unique problem. Building too many wonders. Okay, these guys can probably... These guys can focus something completely different right now. Probably the aqueduct actually is that's a good idea for them. Let's get their stability taken care of while they're in a rebellious state. I can't really build much of anything anyway. Okay, that's gonna do it, I think. What a few turns. Successfully taken the continent. What is it? Turn 111. We have our continent. We also have, I think, all of our cities. 1, 2, 3, 4 cities on our primary continent, and then our New World city, which has become kind of tiny. We would love to have this. I'm still debating burning this down. We might have to push to burn this and then connect through. That would make it a legitimate city. I mean, it's still a city. It's definitely going to be... It's got 3 full territories in it, which is not bad at all. It's also got a couple of really key... It's got some key, probably, hopefully, late-game strategic resources, which is really big. That's always something to pay attention to, because that can hinder you greatly later on in the game if you don't have good trade relations. We actually have a bunch. There's a bunch of them over here, too. So that's actually... We had some really good claims in here. We need to stake that down and make sure we have it defended. We've got a bunch of strategic still, so the land is looking good. I feel like we have a winning... formula here. Now that we have our continent and the war is over, I feel like we're going to be really close to entering kind of like sim mode and trying to get our cities properly balanced and then just pushing for stars in every era. I think we're going to try to sit here in the medieval for a little bit because there's some really easy stars we can get if we start pushing districts. We get builder stars that are very readily available to us. We'll finish off some of the diplomat stars, maybe an aesthete star or two. We won't hold on too long, though. I don't want to be burning science too much, so we'll be focused on making sure we move up maybe as that science starts to get burned. We'll see what's going on. We also have to get our nousts in, so that will be our focal point. Probably our focal point will be getting nousts down in the next episode. Once the nousts are in, I think that probably will lead us to the point where we're burning through science, and so then we can kind of rock and roll into the next era, which again, I think we need to focus production. So we'll see what our cultures might look like for that too. Exciting! We're prepping for a move up here in the next little bit, and everything is looking pretty swimmingly, except our current relationship with the other world superpower, Icarus, which is very tenuous at best. We'll have to see what happens with that as we progress through the game. Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate you. Make sure you hit the like button, the thumbs up if you like the content, and also if you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button. It'll let you know when we publish these videos. Every Sunday is when these are coming out. Thank you so much for watching again, and I'll see you